on the show today, we've got a total of 3 great guests. Stephen Gaiber is here with us. He's probably been waiting, and you can go ahead and let him in, Traven. Stephen has been on our show many times before. He refers to himself as the Autistic Traveler, and he is an amazing young man who loves to travel. And Stephen's day job is working at Trader Joe's. And Stephen had written to me the other day, and he said, hey, you know.
Hello?
Stephen, are you there?
Yeah, can you?
I can absolutely hear you. Are you able to start your camera? I'm almost.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm here now.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, Shannon. How are you? Long time no talk.
I know. I was just saying to everybody that you refer to yourself as the Autistic Traveler, and you like to travel. You like to go places. And you've been, from time to time, you'll do a short video about what you've seen at different events or different places that you go. But your day job is working at Trader Joe's, which is an amazing place to be working right now, especially in this pandemic. And you wrote to me the other day and said, Shannon, why not have me on to talk about what it's like working at Trader Joe's in a pandemic? And I thought that was a great idea. So, first, the pleasantries. Are you safe and are you well?
Yes and yes.
Okay, I love that.
At least as far as I'm concerned. I mean, who knows? Because who knows?
Today you're safe and well. So
yeah, at least good. I feel safe and well.
Good. But you've continued to work this whole time at Trader Joe's?
Yep.
And I'm happy that you've continued to have the work. And happy that you have stayed safe through all of this, because it's been 9 weeks now that you've continued.
More like 2 months, plus months.
Okay, so like 9 weeks. So what is it like, Stephen, working at Trader Joe's?
Well, let me begin. Like the first week when the pandemic really happened, everyone was stir crazy. I mean, we were out of literally everything, and we couldn't even order anything. Like when I went to the grocery store, literally everything was already bought. We had to tell people, sorry, if we don't have it, it's not on the shelf, we don't have it. Toilet paper was gone, paper towels were gone, meat was gone, everything. Since then, luckily a week later, we've been able to order products, but we had limits like the first week or so, and then we started limiting people. And now we still have a line, but people it's less of a line than it was when we first started this pandemic. So things are getting a little better.
I want to ask a couple of questions about what you already said, because in the beginning, we saw some videos of Trader Joe's where the whole freezer case was completely empty and that there were just shelf after shelf that was completely empty. Was it like that at your store, Stephen?
Oh, yes.
Wow. Amazing. But you guys are keeping up with it now. And I have not been out in all this time. So I love Trader Joe's, and I've not gone to a Trader Joe's. I have friends who have gone to Trader Joe's, and there's a whole different system now to go to Trader Joe's. So can you talk a little bit about, so somebody comes and they have to stand in line outside the store?
Yes, they do.
And how, is there, each store only lets in a certain number of people?
Yep. Our store's been a little more, we've been able to let more people in recently, but it's still, there's a line at our discretion.
Okay. And then are you masked while you're working, Stephen?
Yes, we have, at least the city of Irvine is requiring us to be masked. And I never really understood if our citizens are allowed to. It's really not a clear-cut rule, but we strongly encourage it.
So at your store, they encourage customers, patrons to wear a mask, but you can still let them in if they're not?
It's a tricky, slippery slope,
okay.
Because we're technically not really allowed to, but they may claim they have a medical condition or something, but they should expect to get stared at or commented if they don't have a mask on.
Okay, so somebody's going to say something to them about, yes. A worker will say, we would prefer that you have a mask on.
Yeah.
But there was that horrible video of that horrible, hateful woman who was refusing to put on a mask and making such a thing at a Trader Joe's. And I don't know if it's true, but it's online now, and you can't believe everything you see online, that she has now come down with COVID, which I feel terrible about. But, it's like, people. I'm urging people to wear masks, and it probably took you a while to get used to wearing the mask, didn't it, Stephen?
It's not my favorite thing, but it's something I have to do. Like, I would rather do that and be able to go out, at least be able to do stuff than not. I mean, I don't want to wear a mask, but hopefully it's only for a few more months at the most.
Right, right. Well, I appreciate that. And I appreciate that you're working because you're helping to feed the masses. Before this happened, did you think of your job as being something that in an emergency would be considered essential?
Absolutely not.
And how does it feel now knowing that you're like one of the linchpins in the whole works? If you're not there at work, then people aren't able to eat. Does it feel good to know that you're essential?
I guess I don't really still feel like an essential employee today because I'm not like a doctor or a firefighter, but I guess in the sense that we give people food, yeah, but I still don't feel essential personally.
Well, let me tell you, you are. We're all 100% clear on that because, during this emergency, yes, the doctors and the nurses and the first responders are absolutely critical, but a lot of people have not had to, in the 8 weeks, knock on wood, we haven't needed any of those professionals, but we've needed to eat.
Yes.
And so have everybody else. So we appreciate that you're there working. What's the hardest part about this right now, Stephen, for you personally?
For me, the hardest part is knowing when it's going to end because I have all my life is literally is work and home. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't go to the gym. I can't go to the movies. My trips have been postponed. I mean, I have tentative dates, but who knows if they'll continue. I can't even go in my own pool and jacuzzi.
And you're somebody who you travel on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Where did you have plans to travel during this period?
New Orleans, Atlanta, Cancun, and a cruise to Mexico. I mean, a cruise to the Western Caribbean / Orlando.
See, guys, he's not kidding around. He's traveling. And so this is a personal question, but were you able to get refunds on things that you had paid, or and you don't have to answer that if you don't want to?
Well, here's what I'm gonna say. They give you an airline credit for the flights. I've not canceled my cruise yet because I'm still debating because it's in September, but I probably at least postpone it to next year because I may want to do. I had personal reasons for wanting to take this trip, but I think it might work better next year. So even if it's reopened, I may push it back. I hopefully I'm going to go to New Orleans and Atlanta in July, if not October. Cancun has been rescheduled till December, but I hear they're reopening up Mexico, so I may push it up till to either to replace the New Orleans Atlanta if they still don't open everything, or the cruise. So it really depends. I'm hoping to push that one up because they're reopening that one sooner.
I want to address that so many of the people are writing in and saying that one person said the Trader Joe's system is nicely organized. And I think there's a lot of love for Trader Joe's in general. We love the products that are at Trader Joe's. And I love that Trader Joe's was one of the first, from what I understand, and again, I've not been out, but what I understand is that they were one of the first to get a very nicely organized system that a lot of other stores have looked at and said, oh, look, Trader Joe's is doing this exactly right. I'm wondering, Stephen, if it was nerve-wracking in the beginning, did you think your store was going to close, or were they pretty quick at telling you, look, this is how we're going to reopen and here's our new protocol? Did they give you training? I'm asking a lot of questions at once.
I
But
never really thought of them closing. I never really thought of that. They just said this is the way it is. I mean, grocery stores typically I don't think are going to close because everyone has to eat. So I guess if not the restaurants, the grocery stores. But it has made me think of my career a lot now, even though I still want to do something different now.
well, but so did they give you training? Is there regular ongoing training about this? If something changes, like I know what I hear is that you guys have put up plexiglass so that the checker is not in direct contact with the person who's going through and paying.
We have.
And so were you guys given training about what to do and where to stand and how to restock when people are there?
Kind of, but no. More
Okay.
so the lines and more so like the sanitation.
Okay. And what I have heard is that most people are being very respectful when they come to the store, and that they're being very kind, and that they're allowing you guys to keep your distance. Because usually Trader Joe's, it's packed, right? And
Yes.
and you're like leaning over somebody to get something, and there's an employee who's stocking something right there. But I've heard that that it's working really well.
It is. I mean, customers have baked us brownies, given us given us cards and made a picture of us.
Oh, and
Like,
how does that feel? Is
it
that
feels
good for you?
nice.
But we're, I gotta applaud you, Stephen, that you're getting it done and you're going to work, and this too shall pass, and then you'll be back traveling and doing your traveling thing. And I hope for you that you can get some more traction with the Autistic Traveler, and get like a news service to pick it up, because I think what you do is super fun. Um, and I hope that you get through this transition well. And I'm sorry that it's made it so that you've got less to do. Are you finding that you can connect with friends online, like in Zoom?
I haven't done it yet, but I mean, I text all my friends, and I actually sent my article to the city of Irvine, but they never actually published it. Did you like the article?
Well, yeah, I'll tell you, though, Stephen, when I think about like J.K. Rowling from Harry Potter, how many times she submitted the Harry Potter story to publishers before somebody said that they would do it. There's a lot of rejection in the world, but if you're persistent, and I know that you are, I think that somebody's going to see the benefit of it at some point.
Well, as I say, you have to find the right people, because you can try, but you can get a lot of wrong people, and they
Yep.
not be as
Yep.
understanding.
But persistence wins the day, just like what you're doing at work right now. Thank you so much for the work that you're doing, Stephen. And if people want to follow you and know what you're doing, either at Trader Joe's or when you're traveling, where should they go?
Well, they can send me an email at the following address, and I'm going to spell it MOVIEPRINCE 2003 at yahoo.com. It's movieprince2003 at yahoo.com. I'm also on Blogger, Stephen Gaiber. That shows a lot of my older blogs about my travels. I have most of my blogs also posted on LinkedIn.
We have someone who was a guest on our show a couple of weeks ago, and she says she lives in Atlanta, but if you want to hang out, she loves to travel too. Maybe you could start like a little travel group that you guys talk about places that you've been to. That could be fun.
That would be great.
All right. Well, maybe I can see about connecting the two of you, but he just said his email. So hopefully, say it one more time, Stephen.
Do you want me to spell it, or do you want me to say it?
Just say it.
Movieprince2003 at yahoo.com.
There we go. Thank you so much for the idea of coming on and talking with us, Stephen. We always enjoy a good conversation with you. And stay safe and stay well, okay?
I will. Thank
All
you.
right, you take care.
Bye.
Happy Memorial Day weekend.
You too. It's my birthday next Thursday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm going to Arizona next week because they reopen, and at least I want to do something. They have my hotel's pool and jacuzzi, and some restaurants are open, maybe even some bowling places. And considering I can't do I had no plans for my birthday before they reopened.
Well, be safe, and you'll wear a mask, right?
Yes, I think I have to.
All right.
Best. Bye.
So, fabulous. Thank you, Stephen. Have a good weekend.
Welcome.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Shannon. It was a pleasure talking with you. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks for watching Autism Live. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.